Just Get on the Bus by Olivia Pick. The story of my literacy journey. It'll be fun, I promise. And so I got on the bus. And guess what? It wasn't fun. These are the wise words from Junie B. Jones, my childhood favorite book character. I feel this is an appropriate quote to introduce my literacy journey. Learning to read and write was never a huge struggle for me, and I can thank my mother, who is a very talented writer, for this. However, understanding the importance of literacy and how deep a piece of writing can be took a little more time to grasp. When I was young, reading was fun. My mom and I bonded over reading books together. It started with her tucking me in and opening one of my favorites, Olivia the Pig. Sharing the same name with a cartoon pig, oddly enough, made me feel special, and I collected many of the Olivia books in my bookshelf. As years went by, my mom and I had read many books together. Some of my favorites were Charlotte's Web, Harry Potter, The Trumpet of the Swan, The Tale of Despereaux, and The Little House in the Big Woods. By the time I was halfway through elementary school, my reading and writing skills were exceptional. I was ahead of my class and was often chosen by the teacher to read aloud. My literary confidence had started to flourish, so I decided to put together a Christmas play based off the book The Little House in the Prairie. It was not an easy task. I had to bribe my classmates with candy to skip recess for practice. Although I ended up getting sick the day of the play and did not get to see it in person, I was extremely proud of the work I had done. I entered middle school and I was intimidated, to say the least. Writing projects became more challenging but eye-opening at the same time. I was intrigued by poems we would study in class. When asked to, most of my classmates could analyze and pick out the deeper meaning behind an author's words, but I struggled. I preferred when writing was straight up and to the point. At this stage of my life, I was still an active reader, but the chaos of middle school eventually caught up to me. On rough days, I would find myself getting lost in my thoughts, so I started to write them in a diary. My diary pages soon filled up with poems, stories, and even songs. Life at home was far from perfect. My mother was in and out of the hospital 24/7. My sister was suicidal, and my father always stuck at work. I felt like I had no outlet for my feelings. Bringing up my concerns in the household always seemed to spark just another fight, so I wrote about it instead. I remember hiding out in my bedroom, with headphones on to block out the screams, and a book or pen in my hand to distract my spiraling mind. High school was quickly approaching, and I started to make changes in my life that led me to become the woman I am today. I had previously been involved in soccer, softball, dance, and just about every sport under the sun. Although I enjoyed these things, I felt like I didn't quite fit in with the rest of my teammates, so I quit sports and decided to focus on band. Being one of the only females in the brass section pushed me to be the best. With the help of my wonderful teacher, Mr. Chapman, I made first chair year after year for 8 years. There were times I wanted to give up, but playing the trumpet felt good. Once I nailed how to read sheet music, which was a long and difficult process on its own, I focused on the style of my sound. I could feel the emotion of a song and express it to an audience. I even learned how to write music and composed a few short songs myself. Mr. Chapman would have the whole band write introductions for our concert pieces. All my friends prayed their intro would not be chosen, but secretly, I always hoped mine would be picked. Learning how to express myself through music opened my eyes to other composers and artists. I started to take notice of the emotion in music. Feeling the mood of a song is like understanding a writer's message. I feel that my strength within music has helped me understand reading a little more. and I want to thank Mr. Chapman for guiding me on my journey. Out of all my high school teachers, he understood me a little more. My English teachers never seemed to have an interest in my skills and what I needed help on. Reading at this point in my life only existed in force-fed class books. A few of the books were enjoyable, like Fahrenheit 451 and To Kill a Mockingbird, but the rest were so unpleasant to me that I don't even remember their titles. There was never time to read freely, and if there was, frankly, I had no interest in it. When it was time to enter for scholarships, there was no question about it. I needed to apply for as many as I could. I found time to sit down and force myself to write essays for a chance to win some cash. There were two scholarship essays that particularly sparked my interest, and I poured my heart onto the paper. One was about my mother's health barriers, and the other was about the importance of the music program. I won both. I was shocked and insanely proud of myself. Today, I am a freshman in college, and I'm still taking music classes. I do not know where music has yet to take me in life, but I know it has helped me with the basics of understanding literature. Reading and writing is insanely broad, and there are infinite topics to research. I just need to keep my mind open to them. I hope to further my confidence in reading articles with unfamiliar or daunting topics. Currently, my bedside table has a stack of adventure and mystery-themed books that I can get lost in whenever I want to temporarily forget the world around me. I also have my desk drawers filled with notebooks, just like I did as a child. They're always there when I want to express something that is weighing on my mind.